It's mine? Seriously? Where the hell it come from? Hold on.
Audible. It's not mine. I thought this was plugged up. You got the charge. My phone about to die, lady.
Mine too. Mine on 16% here.
Oh,
You can have
straight.
it.
Came up good.
You came up prepared. Nah, here. Yours fine. Yours on 10. You can have it.
Shit.
I shake.
I was gonna grab
He's gonna grab what?
chargers back at the.
Yeah, all the chargers in the house. I forgot to grab them because I thought I was about to walk to the beach. How y'all doing, family? I shared abundance to you.
Sharing abundance.
Join us on this journey.
Sharing
Okay.
blessings to the kings and queens and the guys and goddesses.
Okay, drop some nines in the chat if you here with us. Okay, where y'all at, where y'all from, what's y'all side. I got a message to share, and then I'm not sure if Tracy want to share something. We gonna tap into Trey brain too. What's up, Lauren? Libra baby, how you doing, darling? What's up, Queen and Divine and King? Peace and blessings, hunties. Okay, peace and blessings. How you doing, darling? Could you hear me okay? I know I had my music playing in the background, but could you hear me okay? I love y'all. If ain't nobody told you today, I fucking love you, okay? Cali Team Scorpio, okay? I'll be in Cali, I think, on the 18th. On the 18th of November, or the 16th. I think it's 16th. I'll be in Vegas earlier that week, and then we might slide to Cali to get on the boats, and then come back out this way. I'm excited, okay? All of the changes that's popping in. Love you back, hunty. Love you back. Ashe. I realized, what was it? There was a couple things that came out today. A quote saying, what was it? Your job is what you pay for. Your purpose is what you made for, okay? Brittany Leo, hunty, what's up, Leo? How you doing, darling? Girl, wish I could say I'm well, but I'm in so much pain today. Where you in pain at, Lauren? And do you have a post-birth tea? Your iron levels need to be up if you just had a baby. So you could be in a lot of pain due to overworked kidneys and an overworked liver.
She just had a baby?
Yeah, she just had a baby on the 22nd of September.
Congratulations. Okay.
Congratulations. Okay, I told her she was going to labor. She told me she's going to do a C-section. I'm like, not today. Okay. We're going to rewrite that story, okay? She's like, but both my doctors said, I'm like, fuck your doctors, okay?
You know, the C-sections aren't mommy friendly, they doctor friendly.
Okay.
So whatever that gets you in and out is, they all about it, whether it be drugs, whether it be what they call the epidural shot in your back. Like, your body can handle a lot, but if you're not feeding it like the right nutrients and stuff, you're not taking care of your body, which is why a lot of people talk about being plant-based. Of course, if you eating all this other junk that you ain't supposed to have, you're gonna have hell in your pregnancy.
After. Because your body trying to heal itself.
But regardless, take care of your body, whether you eat plant-based or not. Eat the best to your abilities. Definitely. Eat with the best of your abilities, I should say.
Right. Thank you. My incision is hurting. That could be scar tissue with your incision, boo.
You just gotta eat plant-based just to
clear it up.
Make sure the pregnancy go good. Then go back to whatever. That's that's up to your choice. But that pregnancy it can help you a lot. Going plant-based.
Yeah. One of our friends
better.
couldn't get pregnant. She couldn't get pregnant. She transitioned to a vegan diet and for a full year, and then she got pregnant, and then now her baby have so much energy. Her baby is such a happy baby. The mom, the dad, and the baby is vegan, and the goal is not to be vegan. The goal is to be plant-based, because there's a lot of people that go vegan. It most definitely can, Trey. Ashe, she said it most definitely can. The goal is not to be vegan, and I know there's like a lot of people that go vegan. They like shun people that eat meat, right? But I'm like, shit, if you eating the same goddamn thing from the grocery store full of fucking artificial shit, you just as bad as the person that eat meat, okay? Like, the goal is not to be vegan. The goal is to be plant-based. Eat your fruits and vegetables, right? living off the things that your body truly need and not all this junk food. Because you got a lot of junk food vegans. You got a lot of people that go vegan and they got high sugar levels. Their sugar levels is sparked through the fucking roof because everything they eating it transforms to sugar. Okay, so it's a balance. It definitely is. Just do your research with whatever you choose to do with your body. But don't get sidetracked by what everybody else is doing. I know early in my journey, that's what was hurting me. Like even when I decided to eat fish, I'd be like, "Fuck, I ate some fish." Like, but this is my journey, okay? I gotta love myself through it, right? I don't eat what I used to eat.
I tell you what, it ain't about perfection but progression.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always gonna be going out there to, once I see my papa, I'm always gonna go out there fishing and eat some fish with him. So, but that's my choice, you feel me? I enjoy fish. And yeah, I'm gonna be eating that joke. I'm gonna just be real,
Yeah.
I'm not under no label of, whatever, vegan or vegetarian or lifestyle or whatever,
Get your herbs in. Like, if you don't change your eating, you need your herbs in. You need to get your herbs in to detox your body as soon as possible. My life is all jacked up. Brittany, why your life is all jacked up, boo? Expand on that. I would say that's a cleansing process. If it is all jacked up, that's a cleansing state, right? We all go through those breakthrough moments where certain shit happened in our life, okay? 2017 was the worst year ever for me, okay? Was the worst year ever. I wanted to commit suicide multiple times. And I went into the hospital. They had me for 3 weeks in the hospital, in and out the hospital, right? It definitely is. It's cleansing, okay? Whatever it is, whatever chaos you're going through right now, it's a cleansing aspect. We go through chaos before we get the blessing, right? Somebody that's pregnant, you was fucking up a roof right before you got pregnant, right? It felt good fucking, but you was moaning and groaning during that process. And when you had your baby, you was moaning and groaning and screaming and shit, right? So you went through that same process that you went through at the very beginning, right? So everything happened for a reason. Even if it is chaotic, that's the cleansing process. You go through chaos first before you get the blessing. I went through chaos. These last couple years was chaos before up until now, okay? My life looked a lot better than it was 4 years ago, but yet I went through some shit 4 years ago. We sold everything in our crib, okay? Sold everything in our crib just to go into business for ourselves. We paid off $100 grand in 16 months. We was eating peanut butter and jelly damn near 2 years in a row. Peanut butter and jelly and oodles and noodles so we can get out of debt, right? That was our goal. So whatever this is that you're struggling with right now, it's a cleansing process. You got to go through the motions of unlearning and relearning. Look at this view.
I'll talk about that in my book too. Just like you said, my life is a mess. You got to realize that you are a powerful being on this realm, and you give words power. So when you say that, you manifest that into your life. You just confirming what what your eyes are seeing around you, but you're not believing in yourself. You have self-awareness. Like you truly gotta watch what we speak, because your words are life or death. Like you are a powerful being.
Yeah.
It ain't the words that are power, but you give those words power. Just like we give these different religions and stuff power and different, whatever. I'm not gonna get on that topic, but just realize that you are a powerful being. You are a powerful life force, and what you speak is true, whether it's life or death. So watch what you speak, because your life is not a mess, but maybe the perspective you're choosing to filter your life is a mess. So you need to reevaluate how you choose to look at life, how you choose to look at your circumstances. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. It's not just, it sounds cool and cliche. No, like you truly have to embody watching what you speak and watching how you think about the circumstances that are happening in your life, because life happens for you. When you look at it as it's happening to you, of course it's going to be a mess, or of course it's going to be whatever, but you truly have to choose a different lens at which you look at your situation. Nice. That comes from the daily inputs. What are you putting inside your head daily? You know.
Give us a nugget from your book.
Oh, that was it. It's just like in my book, I talk about what happens if you were to just you take a lime, you know, whether say you cut a lime in half, whatever, right? But you squeeze a lime or orange or fruit, a citrus fruit, whatever. Whatever's on the inside is going to come out, right? The juice. So it's just like us when we have pressure applied, when we feel pressure in certain situations in our lives. Whatever we've been feeding ourselves as a response to what's happening to us is what's going to come out. So if you've been having a rough week and all you've been saying is, oh shoot, I'm stupid, why didn't I do this? Or damn, like I don't like this situation, I hate this. Well, you've been feeding yourself all this last week, last month, or you've been holding on to your past and you steady living in it, making it your present. So it's like that's going to come out. And it's going to be a combination of it. It's going to come out at once and it's just going to be horrible. You're going to end up exploding. You know, a wise man once said, beat a bottle of water, not a bottle of soda. Because once you shake up soda, then you open it up, it's going to explode. But if you shake up water and you open it up, it's going to be in the same state as it was before you start to shake it up. It's got to be like water. Yeah.
He need his own podcast, right? Stupid decisions I be making every time I don't. Every time I do right, I let the devil in and start making bad choices. I need a 101 to get back to reality. Okay? Damn right.
You ain't letting the devil in. You are the devil.
Period. It's a mindset shift.
We may not have the ability, another nugget, we may not have the ability to make the right decisions, but we have the ability to make a decision and make it right. So it's all about the energy that you give in your decisions. It's not about the actual decision that you're making. Because regardless, you know, I can, you know, it's just like this, right? My parents, most of our parents, maybe some of you, whoever, whatever, you still believe in the 401k. You still believe in the 9 to 5 or whatever, right? But millennial believes in entrepreneurship, right? To the older generation, they may think that this person is making the wrong decision, right? But whether that person's making the wrong decision or right, that person can still make that decision right and work out for their benefit by applying work ethic, work habit, you know, by actually changing the way they think so things around them can actually change. So it's just, like I said, it's all about your perspective and how you choose to look at your life. Like that's just as real as it gets. We can't like nobody else. You know, we are the devil and we are the God in our life. But you got to realize, you know, you are, which one are you feeding on a daily basis? When you get pissed off in that heat of the moment, which one are you feeding? When somebody cuts you off in traffic, right in the heat of the moment as they do it, which one are you feeding? When somebody hangs up in your face after you've been just waiting for this phone call all day, which one are you feeding?
So I want to prepare you. Hey, honey, how you doing, darling? I shared abundance to you. So I want to prepare y'all with starting strong, right? We already preparing for 2022 now, okay? So start strong. I am the new year. I am an unspoiled page in the book of time. I am your next chance at the art of living. I am your opportunity to practice what you have learned during the last 12 months about life. All that you sought the past year and failed to find is hidden in me. I am waiting for you to search it out again with more determination. All the good that you tried to do for others and didn't achieve last year is mine to grant, providing you have fewer selfish and conflicting desires. In me lies the potential of all that you dreamed but didn't dare to do, all that you hoped for but didn't perform, all you prayed for but didn't do yet or experience. These dreams lightly waiting to be awakened by the truth of enduring purpose. I am the new year, okay? So we can be focused on the new year now, not when January 1st come and everybody got their New Year resolution or New Year whatever, New Year goals. You know how everybody get into the gym on the New Year. The gym be crowded as fuck from the first 30 days of the year or the first 60 days of the year, and then it go back to regular. So those first 60 days, everybody want to lose weight, okay? And then they go back to their regular program, right? People don't be consistent. So what I'm saying right now is you could be preparing for the new year today, write down your dreams and goals that you want to accomplish next year, and then changing your mindset to get you there or reverse engineer yourself to there. If my goal is to be here next year, reverse engineer that goal and say, what do you need to do now in order to get there? Okay. Same thing with saving. If your goal is to save $1,000 or $2,000 a year, then what do you need to do right now to fill that gap? Could you start putting $50 a paycheck up? Could you start adding or taking things out of your daily schedule that you always do that's not serving you? It was $1,800 in our budget that wasn't accounted for because I was swiping at 7-Eleven. I was swiping at Amazon Prime. I was doing certain things that I never actually thought about. And I'm like, damn, where the hell is my money going? Okay. Where is my money going? When I sat down with my mentor to do a budget session and she looked at all of my finances, all of the money from whatever sources that I was getting, she was like, well, you got a gap right here. This is what you pay for bills. This is your bills right here. This is your non-negotiables. But where is this $1,800? I'm like, this lady tripping. What you mean $1,800 is unaccounted for? Shit, I don't know. But it was all of those weed transactions. All of those times we went out to the fucking bar, like eating out every fucking day. That's where our money was going. So you have to vote for where the fuck you want your money to go in order for you to have more choices. Okay. So 10% is to save you paycheck to paycheck and you paying yourself. 20% is just to get by. 30% is to prepare for your future, right? Out of your paycheck. So are you paying yourself out of your paycheck before you pay all your fucking bills? Are you paying you? What do you make?
I'll tell you what though, my grandmother always told me as a kid, and I just never listened. You know, as a kid, it's like you kind of think you know everything. You think you're gonna be all right. You think you're gonna have all the time in the world. But my grandmother's been telling me that ever since I was like probably like 8 or 9 years old, maybe even younger than that. You know, whenever you get paid, you need to pay you first. Whether it's 5% of your paycheck, 10%, but just make sure that you are your priority when you get paid before anything else. Now, that was what? That was almost 20 years ago. Just imagine all the times I got paid. Just put this into perspective of yourself, right? 20 years ago, because obviously we can't rewind time, but this is a growth point, a learning point for everybody. There's been times in our lives where we could have stashed something away to be able to have a better future today, but we didn't make that decision. Maybe because of being too stubborn like myself, not listening, thinking that you have all the time in the world, thinking that you have other guarantees. There's no guarantees in life. The only guarantee is what you choose to do, your actions. You can guarantee that if you have follow through, if you are committed to your future. But at the same time, it's like looking back on it, like, damn, I could have saved, so much in that huge amount of time span. Because you got to think, like, investing in yourself is not about investing in today and getting tomorrow. We think about like a truly like setting up a foundation long term.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, in essence, it is for a better tomorrow, but really, it's we want to live for years. It's not about how many years you live, but how much life you have in those years, right? How much you live in that time frame. We could all have 20 years, left right now. How much life are you choosing to live in those 20 years? Or is this 1 year on repeat 20 times? Are you still going to be struggling with your bills, with your relationships, with your mindset, with your health, with your follow through? Like, is this still going to be a struggle point year after year after year? So we got to realize we got a huge decision to make, which is taking power over the choices we have in our lives. Like, we got to make those choices. Like, it's crazy. We can listen to so many people and preachers and mentors and influencers that literally give us golden nuggets on a daily basis. But a lot of it is cliche to a lot of us because it's like, oh yeah, they just saying, but it's like, bro, if you actually applied that to your life would change.
Right.
Like if you actually took a different way of looking at things and you actually applied some things in certain areas in your life, your finances would change, your health would change, the way that you speak to yourself would change, the relationships in your life would change, the jobs or businesses you have would change. Like we truly don't realize like how much control we got. We kind of like pawn it off to outside external sources,
Or blame other people for what we
have. Blame other people. For real.
Hello, Divine, and hi, Divine, for food, Hunty, okay? Hello, Hunty, how you doing, darling? You right. I just had to ask myself, which one am I feeding? I don't be thinking in that time of the moment, and I see that means I'm feeding the devil, okay? Devil is live backwards. So live. Do you want to live? Am I speaking life over myself? When I got a tough decision to make, am I willing to make that tough decision without my feelings and emotions being jammed up in it? Right? I would tell you, I would share Tracy's experience with this, and I'm going to share my experience with it. Remember that ticket? How many times you got pulled over by the police in the last year? 3, right?
Yeah.
First 2 times you got let go, right? Third time you got an attitude and you got a ticket, right? So share your experience when you didn't have an emotional attachment to getting pulled over. You allowed the process to be the fucking process, but you still made a friend with that cop.
The first time?
The first 2 times.
I mean, the first time I was... It's crazy because I was actually... the first 2 times, I was coming from a event from, getting around people. And, feeding. I was like in the height. Not really the height, but I was at a level of consistency with feeding myself. Feeding my input, dying to myself every day, really. But once I got pulled over, it's like, oh shoot, like I don't know what the hell is about to happen, but I was just polite. I was literally polite because I had the mindset of, man, there's so much going on out here in this world. Like I don't want to be the next dude the next melanated person to get out this vehicle and just something happen. So I'ma just be smooth because at the end of the day, look, all I can control is my attitude. So I had that perspective in mind. The last one, I'm like, this fat mother. I started cussing him out. I'm like, yo, this, like, bro, like, why this dude, why the light all in my face? Like, why you staring me up? And he made me get out the truck. I'm like, bruh. It's like what I chose to feed. And it's like, it's not like we feed like the devil. It's just our shadow self. Your shadow self wants you isolated. It wants you away from everything. So it kind of blocks the how you think, right? I always talk about like how anger is the wind that blows out the lamp of the mind, right? So it's like you're not able to process data and information efficiently for you to be able to handle that situation in your favor. So with that being said, he told me to step out and shine the light in my face, look me up and down, give me the eyeball. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Did you know? Like, yes, like I knew you were behind me. Like, what do you mean? I was just giving him an attitude. So that just shows you. And those other 2 times was before this happened. It wasn't after. So we all have our downfalls. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to be 100% all the time. But that just goes to show you that you need to be on your P's and Q's more often. Like you need to be mindful more often about how you carry yourself. Because if not, then things like that will happen. You start getting tickets, start getting pulled over, or just random stuff. It's all because of the energy you carry. Now, I could have more than likely changed that entire situation by changing the way I thought in that situation. But the fact of the matter is, before I was even pulled over, I was already pissed. I'm like, yo, this dude, he don't know who the hell he... Man.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, like, you got to chill out, because at the end of the day, you got the lower hand right here. It's him versus you. And you got the upper hand when it comes to, like, being able to change, but, like, I mean, let's be real with like what's going on out in the world, right? You just don't want to be another statistic. That's why I say that. But you can change that situation, and even if you still got a ticket, like don't harbor that energy in you because yes, that happened. But guess what happened during the hours I had left for driving back home? I'm still talking about old boy. And it's stupid. It's just dumb. He don't know what it's like.
I told him to let it go. Like I'm like, you could have got shot. Like getting out the car the way you got out, your ass could have got shot. And his whole mindset changed. Like fuck it, whatever. I don't care. And I'm like, calm down. Like when you hot-headed, you can't calm down for nothing. Even if you was right or wrong, you can't calm down because in your mind you like fuck that. No, I'm going to war with you. So same thing that happened to me early in the year. I was cool, calm, and collected. I was going on my fast for those first 4 months. I was solid. When I went to Chicago, started getting around my family, started listening to certain conversations every day. I wasn't personally developing anymore. I got comfortable, and then with me getting comfortable, old thought processes started coming back, and then I got timid, and I'm like, okay, it's me versus you. Fuck it, let's go there. So I lost my attitude. Like, I'm like, no, you're not about to bitch me. Like, whatever. But I had to get away from that environment in order to see, like, damn, I was bogus, okay? I was bogus. I could have did that better. I could have acted better in that moment. If I had my kids watching me, what I would have did that situation better if my kids was present, right? So sometimes you gotta convict yourself in a way that you're gonna do good nine times out of 10, okay? So if I had my kids present in my arm, would I would have still had the conversation? Would I would have still got out of character? And that's how I look at things to check me. If I had my kids in my arm right now, would I have this conversation? If I had my kids sitting on my lap right now, would I be on this porn site? Right? So if you got some things you need to work on, then start working on those areas, but it needs to be something bigger to convict you in that area to change. So using my kids is what have me a true north. Okay, I don't want to do this in front of my kids. So I don't have a problem with porn anymore. I don't watch porn. But I used to have a big ass issue with it. I used to watch it a lot, right? So if I had my kids in my lap, would I be watching this? Right? If I had my kids in my lap, would I be texting old boy? Right? If you got multiple people you talking to. If your kids was in your lap, would you be talking to old boy and old girl while your kids in your lap? Right? So it's like, if you won't do that in front of your kids, why are you doing it behind your kids' back? Right? You need to be example. You need to be an example every day, all day. You don't know who watching you. You don't know who are watching you in order to get inspired by you. Okay? So your energy matters out here. Your energy matters out here. Whether you getting rough and rowdy or whether you cool, calm, and collected. Somebody is watching you and you are influencing their life. So I used to smoke. I used to smoke heavy. But once I realized, like, damn, people is watching me. So I'm killing multiple people because they feeling like it's okay because I smoke. Fucking, I'm going to smoke too. Now, you doing something based off how I do it and you could have died that day. That could have been your first time ever smoking and you could have died that day, right? We don't look at our influence or what we have on other people. So I changed it. I don't smoke anymore, right? I don't drink anymore. So it's certain things I don't do anymore because my influence is greater than what I used to do for my own personal life. When I used to do this for my own selfish reasons, now I got a bigger responsibility. I can't do certain things anymore, right? Because if I want my kids to look at me and be proud of me, I want them to be proud of me behind closed doors and in the light. So it's time for us to check ourselves, right? Do an auto check. The things that you're doing right now, what you want your kids to know that you're doing. Whether that's watching porn, whether that's cursing people out, whether that's on multiple date sites, whether that's being rowdy in your inbox, whatever it is, it's time for you to do a personal audit of yourself. I had to do a personal audit with myself, and I had to get serious. If my kids was to check my Instagram or my Facebook, would my kids be pissed off with what they found? If my kids was to have my phone, would they be pissed off that it ain't their daddy talking to me and somebody else texting me babe? Right? You need to ask yourself these things because to whom much is given, much is required. Right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Somebody told me when I went back home, I fucks for fun, right? But I'm like, if you fuck for fun, now your kids fucking for fun. Now nobody know what commitment look like because it stems from you, right? So we need to understand that your decision, you're not just making that decision for you. You're making that decision for the people that's coming on behind you. You're making that decision for the people that's fucking watching you. You got people watching you.
That's crazy. My dad always told me that. Like, You never know who watch. I used to get in trouble like that too. You know, trying to do stuff in the house. Even like back then when we started dating, you know, bringing her over the crib, and it's like my dad would be like, hey, you had somebody at the house? Oh no, I ain't had no. What you talking about? It's like he always told me like, and it wasn't because of that, but it's just because of the lifestyle he had. But like you watch how you carry yourself, because you never know who's watching. Your little brother watching. Your family members are watching. Friends and family that know this, that, and the third are watching. Like you just never know. So it's like you just have to watch how you carry yourself, whether you are out in public or by yourself. Because you can be by yourself, but you still being watched.
Period.
You spiritually being watched.
Yeah.
So when you think you all by your lonesome, man, you know you just want to do whatever, and it ain't gotta be that. You can be binge watching a damn whatever, a TV show that's just consuming too much of your time, and you putting all your important responsibilities on the back burner. Like that's bad too.
Yep.
You know.
It's a growth moment. It's a growth moment. We all growing in some type of way. Okay, we all growing in some type of way, but you can do better. Don't get comfortable with what you got right now. Today's results, whatever you got going on right now, tomorrow is a new day. So you got to go even harder tomorrow. All right? You can't ride off the success of yesterday.
You gotta be easy on yourself, though.
Yep.
Like, regardless of what information you take in, whether it be this information or a friend or family or whatever you watching, it's nudging you to change. It's nudging you to move in a different direction than where you're moving right now. Like, be easy on yourself. If you know you gotta change, okay. It's not easy to change overnight, but you can absolutely change your direction overnight. You can absolutely change, like, okay, make it up in your mind that okay, this is the new direction. But be easy on yourself. Like it's a journey. Like it's not all right, this week I'm gonna do this, next week I'm gonna be perfect. No. Because regardless of whether you be perfect next week, you still got a week after that.
Yeah.
Or even in between, in the heat of the moment, like you're just not gonna be 100% all the time. So just be easy at yourself. Be easy on yourself and love yourself through it all. Like know that you is your work will pay off. Just know that. Period. Just be easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't start implementing the habits that's just gonna take value away from you. But like just be real easy with yourself. Forgive yourself. I talk about that too. You know, like we be so hard on other people is because we so hard on ourselves. We hate other people because we hate ourselves.
Yep.
So it's like once you are easy on yourself, love yourself, you know, take it day by day, and you'd be amazed at the person that you're looking at 30 days from now, 60 days, 100 days, 365 days from now. You gonna look back and be like, dang, like I can't even believe I even did this, that, and the third. I can't believe I stopped doing this. I can't believe I started implementing this, and this was able to happen. I was able to see this from this perspective. Like, you'll just be amazed at the person you become. Like, it's not the destination, but it's the person you become in the process of getting to whatever destination you think you have. Because life ain't no destination. You know, you just learning how to grow every day. That's all. Because let's be real, we all dying. We dying. We get closer to death every day. So we just figuring out how we can die better. That's all. Your days ain't prolonging. You know?
I'm going to read this devotional to y'all. And I'm going to ask you some questions with it too. Whatever your faith background, your religious belief, it's just a test. That's what the Spirit is putting on my heart to tell you. It's just a test. So however you're being tested right now, are you passing that test the first time? Or is it taking you some time to pass this fucking test and you're constantly repeating the same lesson? Okay? Remember how the Lord, your God, led you all the way in the wilderness for these 40 years to humble and to test you in order to know what was in your heart, whether or not you would keep his commandments. Deuteronomy 8:2. I want you to meditate on that, okay? And then I'm about to go into a couple questions. I don't know about you, but when I was in school, I was not a big fan of taking tests. It's only thing to study a subject in school and be tested, but it's another to learn life lessons on a daily basis. And God told the children of Israel, He allowed them to experience the wilderness for 40 years to humble and test them as their heart condition for their heart conditions. Right? That was some big ass test. Right? God wanted to know, will you keep walking in faith when you answer to your crisis and nowhere? When the answer to your crisis is nowhere in sight. Will you trust in me when you don't have enough to eat? Will you stay positive when there is no water to drink? Will you believe in me when I tell you there's a promised land for you to occupy? Will you refuse to grumble and complain about the leaders I have anointed? Right? It would be safe to say that every time they had an opportunity to make an A, they made an F. As a friend told me, you don't ever flunk one of God's tests. You just get to take it over and over again until you pass. I believe they could have ended their journey to the promised land in 2 years instead of 40 if they just obey God. That is all He ever wanted them to do. Just trust Him. And we are no different. Each day we are given opportunities to trust God. Right? We trust them, encouraging others, and never receive anything in return. I want to learn each lesson and pass the test the first time. I don't want to spend any more time in the wilderness than I have to. What test are you taking today? What test are you taking today? So look at your life right now. What are you being spiritually tested with? Is that your finances? Is that your health? Is that your relationship with people? Is that your mindset on a daily basis? Is that your heart with having greed in your heart or having hatred in your heart? What is it? Is that what? Nine fruits of the spirit? Nine fruits of the spirit. So what is it that you need to work on in order for your fruit to be fruitful? Right? We got to look at that. Regardless of your religious background or your faith, it's certain things that we've been tested and trusted with. And if you don't pass that test, you're going to constantly go through it. It's going to get harder and harder until you pass, right? We never fail God's test. We only got to keep taking it until we get to that next level, that next stage. So if you're tired of repeating the same fucking stage, then it's time for you to look at those tests that He gave you in order to go to that next level, okay? It's levels to this shit. Don't they say that? It's levels to this shit. New levels, new devils, right? So it's not going to be easy. It's not meant for it to be easy, but it's simple. It's simple if we trust the process. They ain't say it's easy. They said it's simple, okay? It's simple. If one person can do it, you know you can do it. Somebody broke their barriers. It was set up into the 50s or the 60s that nobody can run a 4 minute mile, otherwise they would die. That was broken. And then thousands of people broke that same fucking record, right? So when one person do something, they make room for everybody else behind them to go after that same goal, right? So whatever this is that you're struggling with, it can be broken. You can't overcome it. You can't get through it because somebody already done it. So you know it's a proven process to do it. If your goal is to be a millionaire, you know you can go after that fucking goal and actually achieve it because somebody already became a millionaire. It's millions of fucking millionaires, right? So if they can do it, you can do it. If your goal is to retire from your fucking job and go into business for yourself, you know it can be done because there's multiple people within these last 2 years that done it. I failed my test. You can do it again. It's no such thing as failing. Failing is if you plan on not ever getting back up and going after it again. That's a failure. A failure is not falling off track for a little bit to get back on track. No. A failure is you give up and you never get back up again. Chinese proverbs is I failed 7 times, but I got back up 8. Right? That's a Chinese proverbs. I failed 7 times, but I got back up 8. The person with the most success failed the most times. They had to fall on their face a million fucking times, right? That's how they got to where they at. They didn't get there just by riding off saying, "Ooh, it's just great. Everything is good. I got perfect days." Nah, they went through death. They face death every day. Somebody died in their family. They went through missing weddings, missing fucking birthdays, putting in fucking work, sweat and tears, okay? Breathing their business, eating their business, every fucking thing, right? In order to get that result. So you got to do some things that would challenge your normal behavior when you're working for a fucking job, right? If you want to go to another level, what got you here is not going to keep you here. It's going to take some grit. You're going to have to get gritty. You ain't gonna be pretty sitting at the top just all day, every day. Nah, it's gonna take some grit. You want your marriage to work. It's gonna take you to sacrifice your life around your marriage, okay? If you want your marriage to be successful, you're gonna have to prioritize things to make your marriage successful. Same thing with your job. You want a successful career, you're gonna have to prioritize your whole life around that career, right? Thank you, baby. I received my box. I love you too. Ashay, I love Hunty. I appreciate you, darling. Yes, okay. Everything came from the heart. Okay, I even wrote everything on the except your card. Tracy wrote your card. Okay, I got sloppy handwriting with the cards. I ain't there yet, but the box, that was all my handwriting. Man, I'm just so grateful for each and every one of y'all. I want you to know that you are worthy. You are enough. Whatever the fuck you're going through right now, you're going through that shit for a reason. You are enough. Okay? Yes, I got my box today. Too. Thank you, love. My pleasure, Hunty. Okay? Damn right. Okay? I see. I can tell, Hunty. Woo! I told you I got chicken scratch. He got some good penmanship. My penmanship and handwriting in school, I always had a C or a fucking D.
Nothing wrong with your handwriting.
My handwriting sucks, okay? I got that doctor handwriting. You know you can't never read your doctor prescription, okay?
No, I have doctor handwriting.
She said, "Thank y'all. I love y'all so much, okay? We love you too, Queen." Ashay.
I got doctor handwriting. I choose to write better.
Whatever.
Like I choose to write better. Just like how I write, how I normally write. We sent it to a client, and they was like, "Look, it's beautiful handwriting. I can read this." So
no, she said this calligraphy.
I chose to write better.
My grandma,
not
friend.
better, but I chose to where like a little kid could just walk up and read it.
Man, that shit was so funny. She was like, "What is this calligraphy? I can't read this shit. Tell Trey it's nice, thank you, but I'm not able to read this." I was like there squinting. I was cracking up. She's like, "He got some calligraphy in here, right?" Hold on, I can't see all the comments. How y'all feeling today? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? What's y'all sign? I watched the.
I'm gonna put my ebook down in the
supporters group.
In the supporters group.
Yep.
And I want y'all to read it.
It's gonna be lit.
And then after you read it, I don't want to hear feedback on how the book was. I want to hear feedback on how you felt and what are the changes that you're looking to make after reading that book.
Yes.
Like it's nice. Hey, if you give a compliment or not, hey, I ain't like it, whatever. But regardless of whether you like it or not,
thank you for
the information that was given to you. What are some changes that you're willing to make after reading it? How did you feel? Like what ideas and what are some things that was being sparked in your brain, your mind as you was reading it?
And she said, "I was gonna say this handwriting, child, but you with child, honey, okay? She gonna be nice to me. Like you with child, I ain't gonna say shit. I'm bad with handwriting, honey. Tracy good with handwriting. It's not my strength, okay? I barely paid attention in class. That's how you knew I was an entrepreneur." I have a huge surge of energy while the box was on my porch, honey. Ashay, all love. Yes. I charged our candle under the full moon, and then it was already charged from the new moon, but I put some more energy into it. I used some of my special herbs, Hunty, okay? I was so excited to make y'all packages, okay? Everything came with love. Yolanda's spirit told me to put some sage in yours and wrap your sage bundle. So I hope you use that and clean out your house. I had to reread his writing, Hunty, okay? Now, imagine that writing in boot camp, okay? Now, I ain't never wrote nobody letter. I was so used to texting people. So, when he went to boot camp, child, it was so many letters. I'm like, what the fuck do this mean? I had to read it like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, oh, okay. I started learning as he started writing more, okay? I lit my candle and now I'm heading to the gym, Hunty. I'm excited for you, Queen. Yes. Get that workout in. It's all love. I was on a patio last night. I saw Cyrus in the sky. And this one star had turned purple, green, blue, red, white. I'm like, babe, is this a motherfucking plane? Like, I ain't never seen a star have this much energy, okay? Because I was doing my prayer and meditation last night, and then I couldn't sleep, so I started watching, what was that witchy show? Charmed. I started watching Charmed, and that shit was lit. I'm like, I ain't watched TV in so long. So I'm like, oh, we binge watch Charm, okay? I'm grateful for what you and your husband said. I took everything in, and I know what I have to do. Divine, you read everything, what I was feeling, and was on point with what was going on with me. And I didn't even tell you what was wrong. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. I love you too, Queen. I share in abundance, okay? Each one teach one. Heart chakra work, okay? It's all love. I love Charm, Hunty, okay? Look, the candle smells so good. Thank you, Queen.
The candle never loses its light, giving light to another.
Okay.
So, hey, we got to light up the room. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, okay? I couldn't stop watching Charm. It's been episode after episode. Girl, I was addicted. We didn't go to sleep until like 8 o'clock this morning, right? It was 7:30. 7:30 or 8. Okay, I'm like, damn, I ain't watched TV in so long. Until I'm like, shit, I can't turn it off. My eyes was burning. Okay, I'm like, shit, I was supposed to finish my paper. Okay, I did most of my homework. I was proud I got my homework done. But I started my book last night, and I was so excited. That's how I knew I was into the spiritual world. Okay, because I'm like, yes, get a bitch. Okay. Put them in a lock code, okay? They was fighting angels and demons, and then the angels was taboo because they was trying to say, oh, you got to kill that demon. That's bullshit, okay? That's bullshit. That's how you know all of these little witchy shows that's saying love and light all day, every day. They ain't really got as much power as they think they do, all right? Like, you got to balance both sides of you. You got a light side and the dark side that you was born with, okay? You need to balance both. And it will be the one with the dark matter of black girl, okay? I was pissed off. I'm like, you see this? It always be us that they say, nah, it's something wrong with you. Take that. Whatever's in you, you got to take that out, okay? No, they don't go with our codes, okay? Whatever's in you, you need to take that shit out, okay? We can't take that. But no, you got a gift in you, and they can't take that, okay? They can't take that gift in you, all right? You cut from a different cloth. I love that fucking TV show. I was going to pull out some numbers. Thank you for the tip, Pooh. I appreciate you. You sent some stars. I appreciate you, darling. But I watched, we slept on the beach for like 2 hours last night. And he told me I wouldn't be still. Okay, so I came outside with my blanket and I was moon gazing, and then I saw Cyrus in the sky, and it meant glowing. I looked up Cyrus, it means glowing, the glowing star, right? You have a lot of light. So I'm like, whoa, I ain't never seen this before. I ain't never saw Cyrus in the sky before. So I started doing more research on it, right? Learning different terminologies, learning how to work with them. And I had set up my ancestor altar in my bedroom. So I got altars downstairs in the living room and the dining room, but I set up my my spiritual altar in my bedroom. So it's right down the left as soon as you walk in my room. And I got all of my ancient Kemet deities right there as well. So, and I got Yemaya on that altar too. So I don't know, like everything was done unorthodox. Like if somebody coming from a Yoruba tradition, they'd be like, no, you're not supposed to do it this way. And I'm like, well, my spirit led me to do it, set it up just like this. So literally that candle It was a 7-day candle. That 7-day candle burned down in one day. Okay, I had a 7-day candle that burned down in one day. Two of them. Okay, two of them burned down in one day. My reversible candle is all white, burnt down the whole middle of the candle. Okay, it's nothing but white soot. So I'm like, damn. Okay, this is lit. This is a dope burn. It wasn't no wax left up. No wax left up in this candle. Okay, it was a complete burn all the way through, and it was all white on the inside. I'm like, I'm loving it. Okay, so it's a process, right? With finding your elements, finding the things that you desire in order to take your life to the next level. Okay, that's why I've been staying away from uh signs and symbols, right? I'm gonna stand away from certain things because when I notice you talk about certain things, people get one sided with how something might stand out to them, right? It's been a bunch of dragonflies and bees and fly, everything that flew up in my house this week, um, giving us a hello, goodbye, right? But it's just like the sign of a cross. A cross can mean the crossroads. It could be a plus sign. It could be um, what it could be a atheist if it's upside down, right? Like a cross can stand for so many things. It could mean somebody's name with a T, right? Like just because I saw a cross doesn't necessarily mean it mean the same thing for you when you see a cross, right? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about before you saw this cross? Or what are you asking for before you saw this cross? Okay. Do you have any more boxes left? Brittany, I make boxes, okay? I make them personal. So Yolanda had ordered the goddess body wash and a candle, and then I made her a spiritual box for that. And then Kiki ordered a candle, and I made her a spiritual box because I was late shipping out her candle. I had went out of town, so I forgot her box, so I added some extra stuff into her box. But yes, I custom make boxes. So whether you need sage, whether you need candles, whether you need a spiritual body wash, floor wash, whatever it is that you need, I make it for you personally. Um, but it was just so lit. Okay, like this house has been so fucking spiritual to me. Ever since I walked up in that door, I felt like I was at home. Like no lie, I ain't been into many Airbnbs where I felt like, this is home. Okay, it'd be like, nah, I can't wait to get the fuck out of here. I can't wait to get my own shit. But this place, I saw the cancer symbol on the wall. I saw what you call it, sea stars or starfish. I saw the seahorse. No, not that one. The starfish, the 3 starfish. Got the starfish, the seahorse. Sea star. I couldn't see. I couldn't remember what it was. It was just so many elements in the house that made me excited when I walked in the house. And then I got my snakes in there. So my snake bit me. I got bit by my snake. Tracy moved the snake and then had the mice in the same damn box without taking the mice out the box first. So he was like, pretty much, leave me alone, bitch. I'm trying to eat. But I started bleeding. He bit me on my middle finger right here. And I started bleeding. It wasn't like a painful bite. It was like a prick.
Girl, the snake ain't that big, girl. You is not about to be bleeding out.
But I was bleeding though. I was bleeding.
It's like a little paper cut.
No, that was deeper than a paper cut. Okay, it was deeper. I love y'all, family. I hope y'all have a phenomenal kick-ass day. I'm gonna give y'all a message before we go. See, that's why I don't do them, Huntsy. Okay.
Nah, it wasn't the snake. It was her fault. She shouldn't have put her hand in there with, like, when they feed. Like, that's one thing you don't do with snakes is you don't mingle with them when they're trying to feed. It's just like some dogs; they'll bite the hell out of you. Like you gotta train a dog to only look at their food as food and not you. For them to not be so aggressive. So it's hard. It's harder with snakes. They real docile. They chill. They smooth.
Environment 4-4 coming out. Environment, and then we got relationship change. Woo. Relationship change, and then we got happy ending. Okay, so we got environment, relationship change, and happy ending. I'm about to go over that with y'all. I like it. Okay, 93. I was born in 93, so it's definitely a happy ending. My bad for not holding this thing up. Okay. So, oh shit! Like I ain't grabbed that bag. That was the reason I need to come to the mall. Fuck. So I bought you remember my body piece that I bought? It left a sensor on there. Shit. I drove all the way to the mall. I don't have the stuff that I came here to get back.
Your, bracelet, no?
Yeah, I got my bracelet to get fixed, but I needed my what's the name for Macy's.
Cut that joke out. You need to fix your bracelet.
Okay. So we going to happy endings. We're gonna start with the 93 since I was born in 93. I love it. This card serves as confirmation that a very happy ending is right around the corner, even if it seems impossible at the present moment in time. A favorable outcome awaits you and is well within your reach. Since you attract what you are, you bring yourself good fortune when you are happy. Therefore, you will attract your positive outcome sooner by being joyous now. By being joyous now. That is by acting as if what you want, you already have it to come to pass. Okay. So affirmation. I have faith that a happy ending is right around the corner. Ashay, I got faith. I was born in 93. I got faith that a happy ending is right around the corner. Okay. So the bad twins is gonna be here sooner than I thought. I started another book last night. That's what I was telling y'all. I started making my other book, and it's called Core Energy, Change or Remain Employed. Um, and then I started talking about my story, and it had me diving back to all my birthdays. Okay, so it was just dope. Like looking at all of the stuff that I had to talk about, I'm like, damn, like I didn't realize some of my birthdays in the last 8 years, I spent it around some of the same people that I truly fucks with today. So I'm like, damn, but the last 8 years, yeah, our circle got real small. But from 20 down, I'm like, damn, who was celebrating life with me? Okay, I can't really recall a lot of people celebrating life with me, and only on my second birthday, my second and third birthday, where I felt the most. How could you say? I felt the most love. Okay, it's crazy that I went through all of those steps with myself because I wrote 28 all the way back, and I wrote down what I did for each birthday. This birthday I celebrated for 30 days. That was the first, and then last birthday I was working. I was on live for my birthday, and I was so excited to work on my birthday because I was working for myself. And then the birthday before that, I was in San Diego. We had went out to eat with one of my building managers. She took me to the casino, Verona. So I just was writing down all of my birthdays where who was celebrating my life, and or who was with me celebrating life. And it was very interesting to write down the things that you find. So even if you can't remember every part of your childhood, just go from however old you is right now and go all the way back and write down each birthday and how or what you felt and how this person made you feel. He was like, "Damn, you got a good memory." I'm like, I remember some of every goddamn thing. I remember how you made me feel, goddamn. So we got relationship change. Okay, this card indicates a time when a relationship in your life is going through a period of change. This adjustment is inevitable and necessary for your natural progress of the relationship, and the wisdom of the experiences gained would be of great benefit for all involved. Okay, your affirmation is my relationships grow and evolve for the greater good of all. All right, and then you have environment. Okay, environment. This card indicates a time of focus of environmental awareness by educating yourself about what's going on behind the scenes. Honor Mother Earth as a living, breathing entity and recognize that we are privileged to be here as her guests. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to dig deep and look beyond the surface to answer whether your personal and professional decisions are in the best interests of planet Earth. Okay. Affirmation: I show respect to Mother Earth and gain and align myself with the source. Ashe. Okay. I show respect to Mother Earth and align myself to source. And last night I was outside naked on the patio, showing respect to Mother Earth. I got wet with the rain. And then I went to go to the beach, laid out a blanket, and I was sleep on the beach. Okay. So I'm like, what's up, Mother Earth? I am one with life. Life is one with me. He talking about some, why you come out the house naked? I'm like, I'm free. I was born naked, okay? I'm free, okay? All these standards is just too much for my liking, all right? I love y'all, family. I hope y'all have a phenomenal kick-ass day. I hope this live change something in your heart and mind and spirit, okay? Peace, love, and light. You got something to say?
Deuces.
I
Love
should.
y'all. I say.